Good Monday morning. Major new developments overnight in the war with Iran.
As its impact only grows overseas and here at home. It's March 9th. This is Today. Power struggle. Iran naming a new supreme leader amid escalating violence across the Middle East. The Pentagon now revealing the death of a 7th U.S. service member. President Trump not ruling out sending ground troops into Iran.
Possibly for very good reason, have to be very good reason.
All this as oil prices soar to the highest level in years, with Americans feeling the pinch at the pump.
Oh, I don't like it, not at all.
Wall Street reacting with markets down around the globe. We'll have everything you need to know. Breaking overnight, authorities raiding the homes of 2 suspects accused of throwing dangerous explosives near the New York mayor's residence. Just ahead, inside the chaos as it unfolded, the dramatic arrests and the terror investigation now underway. On alert, millions waking up to a new threat of severe weather today after a volatile weekend.
Oh my God. It is lifting houses.
Deadly tornadoes, torrential rain, and flooding stretching from Texas to Michigan. Al will have your full forecast, including details on a major warm-up this week. Superstar scare. Rihanna's LA home hit by gunfire from an automatic rifle while the music icon was inside.
10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate.
The singer, thankfully unharmed, a suspect now in custody. The very latest on the investigation. Travel chaos. Massive lines at airports from coast to coast amid the ongoing partial government shutdown.
You are 3 hours early to the airport, and this is what you get.
Some backups even spilling into parking lots.
I have never seen the airport so crazy.
And this morning, a warning things could get even worse as the busy spring break travel season ramps up. All that, plus speaking out, Daryl Hannah breaking her decades-long silence on her relationship with JFK Jr. with a scathing takedown of Love Story.
The table read got postponed, so I thought I'd come see you in action.
Why she says the hit show is damaging, dangerous, and forcing her to defend herself. And photo finish. American Nathan Martin using a mad dash in the home stretch.
Oh, whoa.
Nathan Martin, Nathan Martin.
Oh my gosh.
To win the closest LA Marathon in history. We'll bring you the tale of the tape behind the unforgettable ending today, Monday, March 9th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. Thank you so much for starting your Monday. Thank you so much for starting your week with us. Hoda is back with us while Savannah remains with her family. Nathan Martin.
Is that his name?
Nathan Martin, single stride, 0.01 seconds, Hoda Kotb.
That's like a blink of an eye.
Yeah,
if that.
It was maybe half of that.
Half a blink.
So more on that that photo finish coming up in just a few moments. But we do want to get right to the very latest with the war with Iran. Some major headlines breaking this morning. The country naming a new Ayatollah overnight, the hardline son of the former supreme leader who was killed in a U.S.-Israeli airstrike. That move coming just days after President Trump said the choice would be, quote, unacceptable.
Meantime, the war sending shockwaves across the global markets. Check out Dow's futures this morning, dropping more than 1,000 points as oil prices surge. The national average for a gallon of gas jumping to $3.48 overnight. That's up 50 cents from 1 week ago.
We've got it all covered for you this morning, from the Middle East to the White House to Wall Street. We'll start once again with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. Iran has appointed a new leader and is firing a new kind of weapon. Until now, Iran has mostly been using drones and ballistic missiles, and Israel has had a tremendous amount of success shooting them down. Ballistic missiles follow a relatively predictable pattern, a predictable flight path, and they have a single warhead. Now Iran is using a kind of cluster munition, and you can see what one of them did to this apartment right here. They explode in midair and then drop little bomblets which are much harder to stop. As fires continued to rage this morning in Tehran after Israeli jets destroyed an oil depot, blanketing the city of 10 million in smoke, fumes, and noxious gases. Iran made a critical decision, appointing a new supreme leader, 56-year-old Mojtaba Khamenei. He's the son of the Ayatollah the U.S. and Israel killed on the first day of the war. His choice is an act of defiance and a show of resistance to President Trump, who'd specifically called him unacceptable. Mojtaba's rise may prolong the war. Israel has threatened to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, and Arab officials tell NBC News Mojtaba specifically now has an X on his back, marked like his father for assassination. Regime supporters in Iran celebrated Mojtaba's ascension, apparently to burnish his credentials. Moments after Mojtaba was announced as successor late Sunday, Iran unleashed a heavy barrage of missile and drone attacks. Many strikes directed at oil facilities across the region. Both sides now are attacking oil. Arab officials tell NBC News Iran's strategy is to drive up oil prices to create pressure for a ceasefire. The U.S. and Israel started this war with preemptive attacks in the midst of peace negotiations with Iran. Iran's foreign minister left open the door for a settlement to end the war on Meet the Press.
Well, they have to explain why they started this aggression before we come to the point to even consider a ceasefire. Of course, nobody wants to continue this war.
Especially no one in Lebanon, which has become a war within the Iran war, with Israel and Hezbollah fighting intensely. Hundreds are dead so far, and hundreds of thousands of Lebanese have been displaced. In some ways, Iran's new supreme leader is an unusual choice even for Iran. This Islamic revolutionary government came to power in 1979 by overthrowing a hereditary monarch, the Shah. But now, once again, power in Iran, even with this new system, is passing from father to son. Craig?
Our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Ingleforth, there in Israel. Richard, thank you.
Let's focus on the war concerns here at home, from the rising toll on American forces to the possible use of ground troops and the prices of oil and gas. NBC's Garrett Hick has all that covered from the White House. Hey, Garrett, good morning.
Good morning, Hoda. As we enter the war's second full week, that toll is becoming all the more apparent in lives, in dollars spent, and its political and economic ramifications for the country. The president commenting on all of it over the weekend and leaving open the possibility of deepening U.S. involvement on the ground in Iran. This morning, the toll of the Iran war growing. Yesterday, U.S. Central Command announced the death of a 7th service member. Over the weekend, the president and first lady paying tribute to 6 of the fallen, attending a dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base for the Army reservists killed in Kuwait. It comes as the president is weighing whether to send ground troops into Iran.
Possible for very good reason, have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
3 current and former officials with knowledge of the conversations tell NBC News Mr. Trump has discussed the idea of sending a small contingent of service members. When asked about using troops to potentially seize Iran's nuclear fuel,
we haven't gone after it, but something we could do later on.
His defense secretary saying the U.S. will go, quote, as far as we need to in order to be successful. And on American deaths, saying this.
Things like this don't happen without casualties. There will be more casualties. And no one is, I mean, especially our generation knows what it's like to see Americans come home in caskets. But that doesn't weaken us one bit. It stiffens our spine and our resolve.
Democrats accusing the administration of having an incoherent approach on Iran.
The big question is, why did we get into this war? What are our strategic objectives? Because they shift every day. And what is the plan to get out of this conflict?
While Republicans are largely cheering on the commander-in-chief.
You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
The ongoing conflict proving unpopular with Americans. and many worried about those higher prices at the pump. The cost of oil jumping above $100 per barrel for the first time in 4 years.
We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down. They'll come down very fast.
The president suggesting those price spikes are temporary, but the timeline for this conflict laid out by the president and his team suggests we're still much closer to its beginning than to its end. President Trump, of course, has said he expected combat to last 4 to 5 weeks. And in that interview we showed you, the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, said the U.S., quote, haven't even really begun to start the aerial bombardment of Iran. Hoda?
All right, Garrett Haig for us there at the White House. Garrett, thank you.
I want to turn now to NBC's senior business correspondent, Christine Romans, for more on the war's impact on Wall Street, gas prices, all of it. Christine, good Monday to you. Going back to Richard Engel's reporting there, part of the stated mission now by the Iranian military is to drive up oil prices, drive up gas prices, and it looks like so far it's working quite well.
Yeah, gas prices jumped again overnight. You've seen a really epic rise in the price of gas, $3.48 right now. Just look, a week ago it was below $3 a gallon, and it's dramatically more than it was last month and last year. The problem here is the price of oil. The price of oil overnight jumped above $100 a barrel. That is worse than many people had expected, and that means you're going to see high $3 gas, maybe $4 gas at the gas station very, very soon here. And the problem is you've got these big oil producers in the region who have started producing less oil because guess what? Their storage facilities are full. They can't get them on any more ships because the ships are in the Strait of Hormuz. We are seeing a fifth of the world's energy supply just stuck, a bottleneck. A lot of experts, energy experts, never thought they'd see this, where you have maybe one ship in a week going through there when usually it's 80 ships a day loaded with crude oil.
Let's talk stock market. Not a good week last week. This week's not looking good to start. A lot of folks looking at their 401ks wondering, like, what's going to happen. So what do you think?
I mean, the concern here is that these higher energy prices really tie the Fed's hands and hurt your 401k. For now, you've got stocks down pretty dramatically across the board again this morning. Global markets are down. Stock markets last week, the Dow was down 3%. The S&P 500 down more than 2% on the week. It was the worst week in a year for the stock market. So you're watching energy prices rise, stocks start to crumble here. And the reason is there's no clarity when this is over. And there's really no corollary for when we've seen so much oil offline so quickly. Don't know how hard it will be for them to untangle all that, assuming the crisis abates quickly, which, I mean, it's escalating at this point.
And you mentioned gas prices. I mean, one would assume we will also see airline ticket prices start to creep up here pretty soon,
jet
too.
fuel is up, diesel up. So airline tickets will go up. I would say if you have a trip that you haven't booked, you should book it now. And then in terms of the diesel prices, that is tractors. Those are trucks. This concerns me about small business owners and farmers who are getting into a very important part of the year, especially for farmers, where they're going to see dramatically higher costs. So this is what we watch to see what the rest of the economy impact will be of these higher energy prices so quickly.
Thank you, Christine.
Thanks, Christine. Meantime, we are learning more about an alarming incident right here in New York over the weekend. An improvised explosive device thrown at a demonstration outside of the mayor's official residence. 2 teenage suspects taken into custody. The FBI now launching a terror investigation. NBC's Sam Brock's got the very latest. Hey, Sam, morning.
Hoda, Craig, good morning. According to 2 people familiar with the matter, the 2 men allegedly made pro-ISIS statements during their arrest. While amazingly, nobody was seriously injured, this guy's could have been far worse, with the FBI saying the explosive devices were ignited but did not actually detonate. Mayor Mamdani, who was inside the residence at the time, condemning those who would deploy violence and bigotry.
This morning, federal investigators probing for possible ties to terrorism after 2 suspects seen here handling what the FBI describes as an improvised explosive device, or IED, during an anti-Islam demonstration outside New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's residence, Gracie Mansion. Police then say a much larger counter-protest formed, including the 2 suspects, who, according to the FBI, ignited the devices, which failed to detonate.
The devices, which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape, importantly with nuts, bolts, and screws, along with a hobby fuse that could be lit.
Video shows the men identified as 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi and 18-year-old Amir Balat from Pennsylvania being detained by a swarm of officers. According to two people familiar with the investigation, initial tests of the device revealed TATP, a volatile and dangerous type of homemade explosive. Also, according to two sources familiar with the matter, both men allegedly made pro-ISIS statements during their arrest, and investigators are now looking at their past travel outside the country. Overnight, authorities searching their homes in Pennsylvania, as Mayor Mamdani, who was inside Gracie Mansion when the incident unfolded, said violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use an explosive device that hurt others is not only criminal, it is reprehensible. The startling sequence coming just days after a polarizing talk show host in the city calling the mayor a jihadist before later apologizing.
Muslims in this city, for almost as long as we have been in this city, have had to deal with those with power and platform dehumanizing us. I am not ashamed of my faith. I am not ashamed of being the first Muslim mayor in the history of our city.
No charges have yet been filed against the suspects, though that could change today, guys. And another person briefed on the investigation telling NBC News that a container found inside a car believed to be used by the suspects nearby was also concerning and has been taken to the NYPD's bomb squad facility in the Bronx for further examination. Clearly, there are a lot of questions left here to be answered.
Indeed. All right, Sam, thank you so much.
More to get to here on a Monday, including dangerous weather, a powerful weekend system producing deadly tornadoes in Oklahoma and Michigan, also producing flooding rain in parts of the South, and the threat for even more severe storms far from over. Al's going to have that full forecast in just a moment. But first, NBC's George Solis has more on the damage and the cleanup now underway. George, good morning.
Craig, good morning. This massive storm system stretched all the way from Texas to the Great Lakes. We're talking tornadoes, thunderstorms, and torrential rainfall, carving a path of destruction through the heartland and claiming the lives of at least 8 people. Torrential and blinding rain pounding parts of Texas. In Rio Grande City, this gas station roof collapsing onto a car as lightning lit up the sky.
We're getting flooded in the parking lot.
The deluge flooding streets, making travel treacherous across the Gulf Coast in cities like Baton Rouge.
Oh my God. It is lifting houses.
The turbulent weather unfolding as communities in Michigan and Oklahoma began cleaning up after more than a dozen confirmed tornadoes.
It's like everything you worked so hard for. Gone.
At least 8 people were killed in the storms.
Oh, I hope everyone's okay over there.
In Union City, Michigan, a powerful EF3 twister tearing through the town, the earliest tornado on record for the state and the deadliest in 45 years.
Tornado on the ground right now.
In Oklahoma, residents scrambling for shelter as storms swept through the area.
And I was looking out, and you could see the flashes of light from town when it lost power, and you could see the vortex, and I yelled at my families, we got to get in the cellar.
And the threat isn't over. Millions remain in the path of more dangerous storms this week, many of them still cleaning up as they brace for the next round. Yeah, agencies like the National Weather Service continue their work to try to learn more about these specific tornadoes. Now, some residents and officials are concerned about more warnings to give people more time to prepare, and all this with those millions more bracing for another round of storms this week. Craig?
All right, George Solis for Shorts, thank you.
That brings us nicely to Mr. Roker. Al, you got to check the weather.
Yeah, guys, good morning and good morning to you. Our atmosphere looking more like late spring than early spring today. Strong storms, clustering starting to cause possible flash flooding. We got a risk of severe weather from Little Rock to Montgomery, Alabama, 65-mile-per-hour winds, tornadoes possible. Then we get into tomorrow. That storm system shifts into the plains. More storms ramp up late day and overnight. An enhanced risk from just south of Chicago on into central and northern Missouri, with, again, damaging wind gusts, tornadoes possible, and strong storms. Look at that line stretching from Pennsylvania all the way down into Texas by Wednesday. That severe threat stretching from Pennsylvania down into Louisiana and Texas. Damaging wind, tornado possible, and we're looking at heavy rain from central Arkansas all the way down into northern Texas. More wet weather making its way into northern parts of Mississippi, and that heavy rain stretching all the way on up into the northeast. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Back at 7:30, back with Carson, back with that photo finish at the LA Marathon. No one had a better weekend than Nathan Martin. The American there with an all-out sprint in the final stretch. Ouch. That's when he passed Kenya's Michael Kamau at the last second. 0.01 seconds, by the way. The closest finish in that marathon's history. Martin, just the second American to ever win that race. And in dramatic fashion.
I wonder if he knew he was right on his tail. Did he like
probably
not?
Probably near the end, you'd imagine.
Probably heard the steps.
Gosh,
probably heard the steps.
That was a wipeout at the end.
Well done, Mr. Martin.
Wow. All right. Speaking of rushing, we're going to start the half hour with spring break travel. Unfortunately, it is off to a bit of a rocky start.
It is. As the partial government shutdown drags on, thousands of travelers are facing super lines, long security lines across airports around the country. Those lines are only growing with each passing day.
All right, NBC Stephanie Gosk here now with everything you need to know. A lot of folks waiting a long time to get on a flight.
Yeah, it got messy this weekend. Good morning, guys. Those lines caused major headaches at multiple airports, with travelers advised to arrive up to 4 hours before their flight. It comes as that spring break travel rush is really just kicking off, and this year it's expected to break records.
This morning, as spring break travel ramps up, airports around the country looking to rebound from a buzzkill bottleneck.
You are 3 hours early to the airport, and this is what you get.
This massive line snaking through Louis Armstrong New Orleans International on Sunday, where people were backed up all the way to the parking garage. In Houston, Hobby International warning travelers wait times could exceed 3 hours, forcing some to change their travel plans.
I have never seen the airport so crazy. I am just going to drive.
Airports in Atlanta and Charlotte also seeing lines around an hour long.
We already missed our flight, so now we got to try to figure out what's the next step.
The Department of Homeland Security blaming some delays on the partial government shutdown, saying TSA agents are now set to face their first full missed paycheck, which could lead to crippling staffing shortages.
TSA is going to do their very best to try and keep those lines moving. People should be prepared as this drags out for longer lines.
It all comes as airlines are bracing for a record-breaking spring break travel season, with about 171 million people expected to fly, up 4% from last year. But with the Iran war causing oil costs to soar, jet fuel prices are rising. The price you pay for airfare may soon go sky high. And spring break road trippers will feel the pain at the pump, too.
I don't even want to fill it up.
Still, Americans are on the move, and beaches are bracing for the first wave of spring breakers, including Miami Beach, which went viral with this message in 2024.
We're breaking up with you.
Now the city is relaxing restrictions and rolling back curfews, but it has a clear message for bad breakers.
Bottom line, if you're coming to enjoy Miami Beach responsibly, you're welcome here. If you're coming to break the rules, don't bother.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
Don't bother. So these long lines that you had in your story there, reality is they could be around for a while. So folks who might be getting ready to hop on a plane for a spring break trip or something else, what do they need to know?
Yeah, I mean, the problem, too, Craig, is that they're not predictable.
Right.
So they can change from day to day, airport to airport, even shift from shift at various airports with staff being out. You have to have your airline app on your phone, get those notifications. And also, a lot of airports are kind of on top of it. And in their social media feeds, they're putting out alerts to people. That's what New Orleans and Houston did, regardless of the alert. I mean, having to show up at the airport 4 hours before your flight.
Crazy.
No.
Or just not knowing. You have to show up that.
Well, it's even worse if you don't know. And you can miss your flight,
Right.
certainly if you think everything's normal.
They should have it at amusement parks that you can, on the app, you can check how long the lines are at certain rides, whatever that technology is. They should have that at airports.
Some of them do.
I mean, I'm sure that's what's triggering those.
By the way, shout out to those TSA workers. You know, working without
Showing
pay.
up without pay,
We're going into a third week of partial government shutdown. They're still showing up every day. So
yeah, good for them.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph. Still ahead. A terrifying incident involving Rihanna. Shots fired at the music superstar's LA home while she was inside. We'll have the very latest, including the suspect now in custody.
All right. But first, 80s icon Daryl Hannah speaking out for the first time about her relationship with JFK Jr. and slamming her portrayal in that hit show Love Story. We're going to hear from her right after this.
We We are back, 7:39 this morning on In Depth today. The love story craze.
Yeah, TV's breakout hit on the romance between JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette continues to captivate audiences, but this morning it's facing some fierce new backlash from actress and activist Daryl Hannah, breaking her silence in a scathing new essay about how she's depicted in the series.
NBC's entertainment correspondent Chloe Molas is here with more. Hey, Chloe.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Nice to see you. With just 3 episodes left, Love Story has become the most watched limited series across Hulu and Disney+, reigniting fascination with one of the most iconic couples of the 90s, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. But now Daryl Hannah, who dated Kennedy for years, says that the show's portrayal of her isn't just inaccurate, it's damaging. And now she's speaking out to set the record straight.
It's the legendary romance of John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette in a new FX and Hulu series, Love Story.
The table read got postponed, so I thought I'd come see you in action.
But now actress Daryl Hannah, who dated JFK Jr. before his marriage to Bessette, is slamming the show for what she says is an untrue portrayal. Hannah penning an essay for the New York Times titled, "How Can Love Story Get Away with This?" Writing, quote, "The character Daryl Hannah portrayed in the series is not even a remotely accurate representation of my life, my conduct, or my relationship with John." The 65-year-old star, famous for roles in Kill Bill, Blade Runner, and Splash, says she's now receiving hostile and threatening messages from viewers. "I know that as an actress, I will be in the public eye. I've endured a number of outrageous lies, crappy stories, and unflattering characterizations before. I chose not to battle them." Going on to say, "But my silence should not be mistaken for agreement with lies."
Of course, everyone keeps trying to find out what's going on with us.
In the series, Hannah is shown as coming between John and Carolyn, even depicted hosting a party with drugs. Hannah saying, "I have never used cocaine in my life or hosted cocaine-fueled parties. I have never pressured anyone into marriage. I have never desecrated any family heirloom or intruded upon anyone's private memorial." JFK Jr.'s nephew, Jack Schlossberg, also attacking the series, and executive producer Ryan Murphy.
The guy knows nothing about what he's talking about, and he's making a ton of money on a grotesque display of someone else's life.
Murphy has faced criticism for other dramatizations of real-life figures, including his popular series about the Menendez brothers and the O.J. Simpson case. But could there be legal recourse for a fictionalized show?
The legal risk is much greater if you're making any kind of biopic or documentary about a living person.
Despite some controversy, FX says Love Story is breaking records. The show triggering social media fanfare and even spurring a JFK Jr. lookalike contest. A fascination with the nostalgia, the fashion, and the iconic couple that continues to captivate a new generation of fans.
NBC News has reached out to Hulu, FX, and Ryan Murphy for comment, and we have not yet heard back. Now, going back to Daryl Hannah, both she and Jack Schlossberg stress that the most important thing fans should remember is that this is a show. It's fiction. It's not a documentary. And Hannah warns in her essay that in our digital age, lies live online forever. And this type of dramatization can become the definitive version of a real person's life. And that series finale is set for March 26th.
I mean, the fact that she's getting threats is horrifying, I think, too.
And she's been silent, Hoda, for so many years. I mean, she briefly spoke to Glamour in 2003 about her relationship with Jackie Kennedy. But, you know, she's very upset at how she has been portrayed. And whether or not she decides to pursue legal action, that's something that she just hasn't said yet.
Thank you, Chloe.
All right, let's switch gears now. Another check of the weather. You know what? I guess you've got more signs that spring is almost here.
That's right. Spring has sprung. We're talking coast-to-coast records possible between now and the next couple of days from Los Angeles, Kansas City, Meridian, Atlanta, Hartford, Connecticut, Millinocket. We're talking temperatures anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees above average. It's going to be toasty in Denver today, 72. Same in Chicago. New Orleans, 83. Richmond, Virginia, 78 degrees. That warmth continues. New York City tomorrow, about 20 degrees warmer than average at 70. Orlando near 90 degrees. Tampa over the weekend, its earliest 90-degree temperature reading ever. It's unbelievable. Now, these temperatures will start to come back to normal. By Friday, New York City will be back down to 49 degrees, mid-50s in Morgantown. Detroit, you'll see temperatures in the low to mid-40s. Nashville will drop. You'll drop down to the mid-50s on Thursday, but by Friday, you're back to 70. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's your latest weather. Hashtag PSSP.
All right, we got a good one for you this morning, guys. Thank you, Uncle Al. The animated flick I'm about to show you just stole the top spot at the weekend box office.
We created a revolutionary technology that gives us unprecedented access to the animal world. We call it hoppers. Huh? We put this into this. Yes, this into this.
Yes. Robot beavers, everybody.
There you go.
That's Pixar's Hoppers. Brought in nearly $50 million to the box office, marking the studio's biggest premiere since 2017's Coco. And pretty soon, by the way, they're going to be revisiting that story, according to Wall Street Journal. Pixar planning a Coco sequel for 2029, and
It's called Cuckoo.
That's not all. They're planning to drop new installments also of Monsters, Inc. and Incredibles, both those franchises.
Yeah.
But Hoppers was the big movie. Lots of good reviews on
Number one
it.
across the world.
Yep. So I'm going to take the kids to also.
More ahead on Pop Start. And Jenna Scott here. She's got a morning boost. Hey,
Yes,
Jenna.
I do. It's a timely one with spring training underway. Just wait until you meet one hopeful eager to play for one of the most popular baseball teams on the planet. Right after this.
We're back with Jenna's Morning Boost. Hey, girl.
Okay, you guys, we have all heard of the Savannah Bananas, right?
Yeah. Sure.
The baseball team that puts on full dance numbers with flips and
So
tricks from the stands to the pitcher's mound. Well, there's one potential banana player hoping to make the roster this year and break the team record. Meet 81-year-old Missouri man Rob Harrelson.
Oh, wow.
The veteran coach is submitting his audition tape for the team. Here's what he told our local station, WRAL.
You can watch baseball and fall asleep on the couch, but you don't fall asleep with the Bananas playing. And I hit the ball, and I jump on that bike, and I take off, and I ride to first base. The game is made to have fun, and that's what the Bananas do. They have fun at it. We need something to laugh about and something to joke about, and I think their concept is just fabulous.
Sign him up.
Fielding that ball at 81.
Yes.
That's great shape.
And riding the bike.
Sign him up.
They better make it. They better
make room.
Make room.
Bananas, let's go.
The ripest banana of them all. When he comes out. He would crush.
That's it. Oh, yeah, that's a great
He would
idea.
crush at the Bananas.
He
That's
really
good.
would.
All right, inspiring too. Coming up, we're going to take you inside Ryan Gosling's return to SNL with a little help also from a surprise guest, Harry Styles, in the audience. We'll have a look at that and a lot more on Pop Start after your local news and weather.
It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, tensions rising. Iran appointing a new supreme leader as President Trump weighs in on sending ground troops to the country.
Possibly for very good reason. Have to be very good reason.
And gas prices spiking amid the escalating conflict. We're live with the very latest. Then, frightening moment. Rihanna's LA home hit by multiple rounds of gunfire from an automatic rifle while the singing superstar was inside.
10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate.
The music icon not hurt and the suspect now in custody. The latest on the investigation just ahead. And sweet dreams. We are kicking off Sleep Awareness Week with a little help from an expert. What to do if you're having trouble falling asleep or feeling extra groggy this morning because of daylight saving time. All that, plus Kathy Lee returning to Studio 1A.
She is in the house. Hello, everybody.
Bruno Mars tops the charts.
I just might.
And an SNL cameo with Styles.
Is that Harry Styles?
It's all ahead today, Monday, March 9th, 2026.
Celebrating our 13th anniversary.
From Wenatchee, Washington, it's Nicole's birthday. 3 generations from Ohio
and Pennsylvania
to the Today Show. Visiting from
St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
Jacksonville, Michigan.
Oh, it's hard to leave you when I get you.
Shout out to the International School of Indiana. Go Ravens!
Good morning to my son Brandon.
Back home in Elmira, New York. From Potomac, Maryland.
To Daddy!
Well, happy 8th birthday, Roxy. Happy all the things, all those smiling faces, lots of birthdays out there. That's one of those spring break crowds here at the Capitol. One of those spring break crowds. We will get outside and hang out with those folks in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Today. Thank you so much for starting your Monday with us. Hoda remains with us while Savannah remains with her family.
Quick note, tomorrow on Today, Joshua Jackson. He'll be here live to pay tribute to his friend and Dawson's Creek co-star James Van Der Beek. Plus, he's going to open up about his latest projects, including a cause that is close to his heart.
All right. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that conversation when he joins us. Right now, though, let's get to your news at 8 o'clock. We're going to begin with the latest developments in the war with Iran. That country naming a new supreme leader as the fighting escalates across the Middle East. Now, all of it having a major impact on the global economy, including a spike in the prices of oil and gas. We get the very latest now from NBC's chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons. Keir, good morning.
Craig, good morning to you. The official numbers now, 7 U.S. service members killed, 1,230 Iranians, according to the Iranian Red Crescent. And here in the Gulf region, the death toll has reached double figures. Craig, there's a kind of keep calm and carry on wartime spirit here in places like Dubai, but there is the ever-present threat of strikes. You can hardly find your way around this city now with phone maps because they're switching the GPS off to counter the threat of Iranian drones. Iranian oil installations engulfed in flames over the weekend after Israeli strikes. And this morning, thick smoke rising over a Bahrain oil refinery. The world economy a target in this ever-escalating war. Oil prices surging. The critical Strait of Hormuz, passage to 20% of the world's oil, effectively closed to shipping. Qatar now warning of $150 a barrel oil. President Trump downplaying it over the weekend.
We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down.
And posting that short-term oil prices are, quote, a very small price to pay, adding only fools would think differently. Iran's answer, the election of a new Islamist leader, the son of Ayatollah Khamenei, assassinated at the beginning of the war. The death toll rising on all sides. The US saying a 7th American service member has died from injuries. The White House still not ruling out American troops on the ground in the future, while heavy strikes continue in Kuwait, a government building ablaze overnight from an Iranian drone. In Bahrain, 32 injured this morning, including teenagers and a 2-month-old infant. And a desalination plant hit, raising fears of water shortages in a region that relies on desalted water for drinking and washing. Civilians, including hundreds of thousands of Americans, enduring a long weekend, including a blast close to Dubai's international airport and a residential tower block hit, the UAE saying both caused by intercepted drone debris. Meanwhile, Craig, President Putin, who supports Iran, welcoming the announcement of a new Iranian leader, his envoy online celebrating the higher oil and gas prices, saying maybe now's the time to remove Russian sanctions so we can supply you with energy. Craig.
Our chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons, for us there. Keir, thank you.
Now let's move to the economic fallout of the war with Iran. Gas prices spiking across the country, up nearly 50 cents a gallon in the last week. And on Wall Street, the stock market taking a beating. NBC senior business correspondent Christine Romans is here with the very latest. Hey, Christine.
Good morning, both of you. A war in the Middle East, but definitely felt in your pocketbook when you go to fill up the tank or in your 401k. So let's start with gas prices, up again overnight to $3.48 a gallon. You can see how much that is over the past week. Almost 50 cents in just a week, higher than last month and higher than last year. The problem here, oil prices. Oil prices overnight spiked above $100 a barrel, catching many people off guard. The problem is here, many of the suppliers in the Middle East are not pumping as much crude. They don't have any place to store it. Their storage facilities are full because they're not going onto those ships and passing through the Strait of Hormuz because of this conflict. You essentially have
a really important waterway with a fifth of the output of global oil supplies has just stopped. And you're seeing that at the pump, and you're seeing that in prices. In terms of the stock market, concerns about what this means for prices that businesses pay and consumer sentiment. You have the stock market had a really bad week last week, the Dow down about 3%, and indications this morning for more pain ahead this week as stock investors react to an escalating crisis in the Middle East, guys.
All right, Christine, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
We turn now to the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie, now entering day 37. Pima County Sheriff's Department officials confirming they are now investigating a damaged utility box around the corner from Guthrie's home. Investigators say the equipment could be connected to a reported internet outage in the area around the time she disappeared. The outage may have disrupted nearby surveillance systems, potentially affecting video evidence. A reminder, if you have any information that could be helpful, we urge you to call that tip line, 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Let's move now to a frightening situation involving pop superstar Rihanna. The LAPD arresting a woman yesterday after she allegedly opened fire on the home Rihanna shares with rapper A$AP Rocky and their children. NBC's Dana Griffin joins us from LA. She's got the latest. Hey, Dana, good morning.
Hey, Hoda, good morning to you. Authorities say the suspect fired multiple rounds from an AR-15 style rifle. Rihanna was home at the time, but thankfully, no one was hurt.
This morning, a suspect is behind bars after allegedly shooting towards the home of pop superstar and billionaire businesswoman Rihanna.
10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate.
Overnight, an LAPD official telling NBC Los Angeles that multiple rounds were shot from an AR-15 style rifle.
I believe the shots came from across the street.
Several bullets striking the home of 9-time Grammy winner Rihanna and her longtime partner, multi-platinum rapper A$AP Rocky. A neighbor said she was washing dishes when the shots rang out.
I was a little shocked. You know, we don't hear that kind of thing in this neighborhood. It's pretty quiet.
According to police, the 38-year-old singer was at home at the time of the incident when the alleged shooter, a woman, drove to the location and opened fire. Authorities say rounds hit the gate and 4 rounds struck the house, but thankfully there were no injuries to anyone inside. It is not clear if A$AP Rocky or the couple's 3 children were home when the shooting took place. The best-selling artist had her 3rd child just last September, revealing the pregnancy several months earlier at the Met Gala. The Diamond singer, who took center stage at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2023, teasing fans last month that she was back in the studio working on her 9th studio album. As for the scary incident, authorities say the suspect was taken into custody without further incident and that a weapon was recovered.
Nobody should have to deal with being, in fear in your own home. That's terrible.
Rihanna has not spoken publicly about the attack on her home. We have reached out to reps for both her and A$AP Rocky, but have not heard back. The LAPD says the suspect's booking information is expected to be released later today. Hoda.
All right, Dana Griffin for us there. Dana, thank you so much. All right, we got our news covered. Let's head over to Carson.
All right, guys, coming up in Pop Star, get ready for more of these laugh out loud women. We're going to tell you about the big plans for the long-awaited Bridesmaids reunion.
First, though, what should you do if you have trouble falling asleep, maybe staying asleep as well? Well, we've called in an expert to help us deal with the fallout from daylight saving time and much more. His life-changing guide to better rest right after this. We're back, 8:14, with our ongoing series, Sleep Better Today. Its return, well-timed on the heels of yesterday's time change and the start of Sleep Awareness Week.
So according to the National Sleep Foundation, just 30% of Americans say they are consistently getting good enough sleep. So how can we sleep better and how can we wake up more refreshed?
So we brought in an expert for some answers and more, joined now by board-certified family medical physician, Dr. Mikhail Varshavsky. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Varshavsky.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
All right, Dr. Mike, welcome back. Love it when you're here. Let's start with daylight saving time.
Oh, yeah.
We all sprung forward over the weekend. So what do we need to know in terms of our bodies and adjusting?
I know we're already a few days past it, but we needed to plan beforehand in order to get better outcomes. Now what I want people to think about is what to do during this week, because it takes 7 days to actually recover this 1 hour of lost sleep that we've experienced. And what I want everyone to focus on when they're going to work drive carefully, a lot of attention. Fatal car accidents go up by 6% after daylight savings time. Heart attacks go up after daylight savings time. So you want to really make sure you're taking care of not just your driving, but also your physical body.
Consistent wake-up time, too.
Yeah, consistent wake-up time is a good hack because if you wake up at the same time every day, you'll go to sleep because you're going to be tired. Because some people, after losing an hour of sleep, they tend to say, oh, well, maybe I'll go to sleep earlier, maybe I'll go to sleep later. Think about the wake-up time more than the go-to-sleep
that's
time.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 7 days to adjust. You said that. All right, let's talk about kids and teens because a lot of teens are not getting enough sleep.
For sure.
I would imagine when you think about it, you think, well, these kids have phones in their rooms. That's probably what's keeping them up. How can we get kids to get better sleep?
Well, you have to create a wind-down routine for them, 30 to 60 minutes before bed, darken the rooms, decrease cell phone usage. In fact, kids that use cell phones delay their sleep more than other children, but it's not the only factor that's impacting their sleep. Early school times have been linked to poorer sleep, poorer attention, and in fact, just pushing our start times 30 to 60 minutes for schools does a huge service to children. So we in the medical community try to encourage that across school districts.
I think it's interesting you were having the hours that kids need to sleep. There are a lot of hours for little kids.
For sure, yeah. Starting, let's say, age 3 to 5, you want children to sleep 10 to 13 hours a night. Again, these are averages, so if one night is slightly off, that's no need to panic.
Wow, 10 to 13 hours.
Yeah, exactly. School age 9 to 11, teenagers 8 to 10. For us, 7 to 9 is ideal.
Good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of folks get anxious about either not being able to fall asleep, or in my case, oftentimes being able to stay asleep at night. What can people do about the anxiety?
Yeah, so you want to have good quality sleep. So you want to go through all the stages, all the phases of sleep in order to wake up and feel restorative sleep, right? That's what the goal is. After you wake up, it's not just sleeping the correct number of hours, it's sleeping the consistent same hours. And that starts actually in the morning by waking up and getting early light exposure. So we talk about sleep hygiene. It starts in the morning. You get that early morning light. It sets your circadian rhythm. Then once you're winding down at night, you want a dark, cool room. That's very important. One of the biggest factors for people having insomnia is having a hot room. Then you want to try and decrease that anxiety. And Hoda, I know we talked about this earlier. One of the best things in order to combat that anxiety, 3 good things.
This is right up your alley.
Have you heard about that?
No, tell me.
Okay, so our minds are pre-programmed to have a little bit of anxiety. It's what prevented us from dancing around in the prairies when there's a lion or a bear running around. So what you do is you actually remind your brain to have a little bit of positivity. You write just 3 simple positive things that happen in your life, and that reprograms your sleep, your ability to fall asleep. It drives down that anxiety, allows you to fall asleep because anxiety is the enemy of
sleep. You probably sleep quite well.
That sounds cool. Does that work when you wake up in the middle of the night worrying about something and you want to fall back asleep?
Hoda, for that, what I've seen in my patients is that they're consuming substances that are impacting the quality of their restfulness of sleep.
Booze.
So you think about booze, people use that to fall asleep.
But then I knew.
You wake up, caffeine after 2 p.m. can impact that as well. You don't go through all of the stages. Some people say, I fall asleep fine with a cup of coffee. You do, but then you wake up in the middle of the night or not restful sleep in the morning.
Really quickly, what about napping? Like, especially when you work this shift.
Power naps.
Those are good.
20 minutes earlier in the day, that's ideal. You don't want to be power napping 6 p.m. because then it's going to make it difficult to fall asleep.
So 20 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr.
Of course.
Thank you.
Best time of the morning. Top start.
All right, that should be on a mug they sell across the street. First up, we've got Saturday Night Live over the weekend. Actor Ryan Gosling returned to Studio 8H for his 4th turn as host, but he was momentarily upstaged by next week's host, who just happened to be sitting in the front row. Take a look.
Is that Harry Styles? What are you doing here, man?
Well, I'm hosting next week, and it's been a while. It's been a while, so I just wanted to watch, get a feel for it.
Yeah, that's so professional. That's awesome.
Saturday night, Harry is going to be pulling double duty as host and musical guest. Next up, Bruno Mars. We got a little taste of his new music to kick things off right here.
It's a great album.
him out.
Yeah, we're just saying how good he is.
So good.
He also can go away for a little bit and he comes back.
That's what I was just
He's
thinking.
still so good.
Yeah.
Shows how timeless his music is. That's a new single, I Just Might. It's off the latest album that's helping the 16-time Grammy winner hit a new career milestone. The album, The Romantic, just became Bruno's second to debut at #1 on the Billboard chart. It is his first time back on top in over a decade. It's like he never left, so congratulations to Bruno.
Well deserved.
Yeah, that album is great. Everybody's asking about the new Harry Styles record. Like, are you listening to it? And I'm like, I just can't get off the Bruno album. It's so good.
There's room for both.
Yeah, for sure. Next up is Bridesmaids. These gals are getting back together.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'm good. I'm so much more relaxed. Thank you, Helen. I just feel like I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party with the best of them.
According to Variety, Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, and Melissa McCarthy are going to reunite with their Bridesmaids co-star and Oscar nominee this year, Rose Byrne, on stage. The Academy Awards, the reunion, will mark 15 years since the hit comedy's release. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for at the Oscars
That's the second
Sunday.
reunion you told us about. You told us about another reunion last week at the Oscars.
I did, yes.
Rob Ryan.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
And Billy Crystal.
We listened to you.
I appreciate that. Next up, Willie Geist. You're going to want to scan the QR code here. We got some big news for our pal. He's back with another Sunday sit-down live event. This one's happening next month. He's already sat in front of a live audience with Nate Bargatze and Ina Garten, Jim Gaffigan, Luke Combs. We're pleased to announce next is Ryan Reynolds.
Wow, that's a good one.
That's going to be a good one. Lot to talk about there. His movie career, the rise of the underdog Welsh soccer club that he owns, and a whole lot more. It's happening at venue sponsor City Winery, which is a beautiful spot here in New York on April 7th. Tickets go fast for that, so we invite you to go to today.com and grab your seats now. And finally, we got time for The Voice, guys.
Absolutely.
It's back on tonight. Part 3 of the blind auditions. I've got a special Popstart exclusive sneak peek for the rest of The Voice season with our epic lineup of battle advisors, mega mentors, and all-star competition during the knockouts.
This season,
What is this?
every decision matters more.
Who is the winner of this battle?
Shut up. And when it counts, the best mentors and coaches step in.
Kelly brought me in as advisor and coach. I'm your drinker, baby. I'm always there. Michael Bublé.
Mega mentor. Expect the unexpected. CeeLo Green.
I love the entrance. I'm totally going to steal it for my Vegas show.
And welcome back. For the first time ever, former champs return.
The All-Star Showdown.
I'm stoked.
This is kind of a new look for us at The Voice, this spring show, Battle of the Champions. It's got
guys keep
fever.
reinventing this.
We have to. It's been on forever. It's still, it's just like crazy.
Okay, you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, mega mentor. We're getting our creative vibes from wrestling, it looks like.
Love it.
But it's a lot of fun. So again, head over to the website. And again, a reminder to catch The Voice tonight. And it streams also on Peacock.
I mean, you brought back CeeLo.
Yeah, brought back CeeLo.
Yeah.
All right, it's enough talking about them. Guess who's here, y'all? In the house, Kathy Lee.
Look out.
We love when she returns to the studio one day. We got a lot to catch up on. She's got a new book and so much to tell us.
She looks
you
great.
do. Why do? Your
She
local
looks
news.
great.
Latest weather. Now we got something special. Who's Emma?
Hi.
Okay, and who's Nicole?
Me.
All right, you guys are from Washington?
We are.
Washington, D.C. or Washington State?
State.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, whose birthday?
My birthday.
You're 26, Nicole?
I am.
Well, that's great. Well, happy birthday. We're
Thank
glad
you.
you're celebrating with
Thank
us.
you.
Well, to help you celebrate, we've got some exciting news from our sponsor, Visit Las Vegas. They're going to be launching this Code Match sweepstakes exclusively here with us on Today. So folks can win prize packages from an F1 exclusive weekend to a Tao Beach getaway and more. But guess what? You're going to be going home with something this morning. So nothing says Las Vegas like a card game. So let's bring these cards in. Okay, I want you to hold on a second. Yeah, here's how we're going to play this. You're going to pick a card. Here, Diosa, hold this for me, would you? My microphone. I'm sure he'll hold me. Pick a card, any card. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Any
go
card.
with this
Okay, you
one.
got that one.
Yep.
Okay. Don't show it to me.
You got it.
No, it's too late. You already saw. Okay, well, guess what? Because you put the 8 of hearts, you're getting a VIP trip for 2 to this year's grand opening of the Vanderpump Hotel in Las Vegas. Happy 26th birthday! Yo! Oh, of course, you had picked any of these cards, you would have won. Here's a card for you. There's a card for you. There you go. In fact, we have a message. Well, there, look at that. Las Vegas, Vanderpump. You can hold on to that as well. Here's a message from Lisa Vanderpump herself.
It's Vegas, baby, and the Vanderpump Hotel is opening very soon, and I cannot wait for you to celebrate with me. Trust me, this will be a night to remember.
Right? Are you excited?
Oh,
well, guess what? There's more. You'll also get complimentary food and drinks at Pinky's by Vanderpump. You got a 2-night stay in a luxurious suite at Caesar's Palace and more. Get ready. Viva Las Vegas. And for our viewers at home, guess what? There are 16 other exciting prizes. To learn more about the sweepstakes and how you can enter, scan the QR code on the screen or head to today.com/shop. Happy birthday, Nicole. You guys have a good time. All right. Hoda!
All right, Al, the show's been great so far, but we're about to peak because look who's here. Kathy Lee Gifford is back. She's got a new book out. What? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about her grandkids, maybe. There's a documentary coming out on this girl, on her whole life. Yeah. Wow. You're very busy and important.
I'm just happy to be here. I love my Hoda mama.
We'll be back, but first, this is Today on NBC. We're back 8:37 with our dear friend, my dear friend, Kathy Lee Gifford. She's here back in studio on A because she's got a new book out. It's called Nero and Paul, How the Gospel of Grace Defeated the Ruler of Rome. It's her second historical novel from the Ancient Evil Living Hope series. Kath?
Hey, baby.
First of all, I want to get to this book because this is like a labor of love for you.
Oh, yeah.
These are page turners. These are thrillers. These are thrillers. Okay.
Have you actually read it, though?
No. But you know what? I will because I love you.
When you're on the beach in your thong over Memorial Day, I want you to crack it open, okay? Or better yet, listen to the audio one. The audio ones, I always.
Was that a fun one to do?
Like 4. Yes.
Yes.
Because they kill everybody, they have sex with everybody. All of these Caesars did.
That's what they did. That's what this is all about.
Yes. Not the Apostle Paul. He wasn't doing that. But Nero was making up for it.
Okay.
It is such a thriller, and they're difficult to write. They're dense historically, and I have a co-author with this. I needed that because he's the expert in biblical everything.
Right.
And I'm the storyteller, along with Cody, who guides us with it. This is all Cody's fault.
I was going to say, Cody was kind of the genesis of this book series.
You know why? He said, Mom, you know how you're so fascinated with these epic stories in the Bible? There he is. Mom, why don't you, let's make thrillers out of them. And so we do, and then the co-author and I, at the end of each chapter, because you're catching your breath. Yeah. And then we talk about it. And how do you apply that to life today? Because look what's happening around the world. People ask me, and they ask you too all the time, do you think there's more evil in the world now? And I said, the evil was there as a serpent in the garden, even as the God was walking in the coolness of the evening with Adam and Eve. And so it's always been there, but because we all have cell phones, and because, there's so much cable news now, you can't get away from all of it. So it seems like it. But these are supposed to be thrillers, yes, and I think you're going to love them. The first one was Herod and Mary. What we do is juxtapose the ancient evils of the times with what else was going on. God's presence is always there. And love and God's presence is always so much more powerful than any evil. And that gives hope for people.
Especially
it gives
now,
them hope. So I try to combine my love of history, my love of the Word of God, with putting on a good show. You know
what I'm fascinated about? I mean, I'm sitting here with you, and ever since I first knew you, you were always creating. Didn't matter what. And I still remember we were sitting in the back of Z's car, who drove you, and there was
Z100,
and there was a yellow pad, and whenever you weren't in conversation, you were writing a new idea, a new book, a new thing, a lyric, something, a show.
I'm
like that's you at your essence.
That's why I'm exhausted. Still, people go, "How are you liking retirement?" And I go,
"Please, no." Okay, can we talk?
You
about
know why?
Why?
Yes, because nobody in the Bible ever retired. Moses didn't come down from Mount Sinai and take up golf. It doesn't work like that. You're either that's who you are.
You're in it. Yes.
You're in it.
Can we talk about your fam? I mean, how many grandkids? kids do you have? 12? How many?
It seems like it. 5 in 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and the joy of coming up to this area is I get to see you, and I get to see my friends here, and I get to see my son and his beautiful wife, and my incredible 3 grandchildren. And then Cass is back in Tennessee with her other 2, and they all have Frankus Cleft.
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah, and they're all absolutely athletic. And the latest one is another little girl named Faith. And she is as delicate. She looks like a little Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh.
And those boys of Cody's are so rambunctious.
Yeah.
But they get around their baby sister, and it's just gentleness
and loving.
Oh, yeah, we're blessed. We're so blessed.
I love this chapter. You know what I think is finally here and high time?
What?
A documentary.
Oh. Yeah,
about
that's not coming for a while.
You. No, but tell me how that started.
Cody!
Cody, you get, look at this.
Yeah.
Go down memory lane.
Oh, gosh. I had to look at a Final Cut the other day pretty much, and I go, how did I do it? And what happened to me? What did I used to look kind of good. What the heck? You know, me, we go on for the next thing.
Next thing.
And but when you look at your life in total, and we'll come back when we're, you know, when it's ready. Cody said, Mom, I know you don't want to do that. I don't want you, but I want you to, and Cassidy wants you to, and do it for your grandchildren, because you're not going to always be there, and it's also your chance to set the record straight about an awful lot of things. Not that I care as much as I once did about that sort of thing.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
You know, I've always talked about, one of these days I'm going to do it, getting T-shirts made that say, I'm so sorry, but I think you're confusing me with someone who cares what you think, you know? Because you get to the point where you don't care.
Yeah.
You know, small amount of people, and that you actually truly still trust. Did the lights go out here? I just sensed, wait a minute, where's my kick light? Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on, but these books keep me active. They keep my mind incredibly active. I want to thank Brian Litvin, PhD, for, you know, doing all the heavy lifting before we started doing the heavy writing. And
well,
but
there's
they're
no
fun,
writer, there's no writer like you, and every time I look at you, I am reminded that my life changed because of you.
You owe me everything.
Every single thing, which is so true. You know that's true.
Well, Kris Jenner says the same thing in the documentary. She says, I owe my whole career. And I said, don't, to Kathy, I said, because I'll get blamed and I'll be thanked. I don't, you know.
There's a long line.
But a long friendship is what there is.
Please pick up this book. It's called Nero and Paul. I'm going to read it over Memorial Day.
In your thong.
And Kath is going to stick around for the 4th hour. Don't forget, this is out tomorrow. Craig, over
Love you.
What a visual. What a visual. Thank you, Kathy. Out next, Move Over Coffee. Vanessa Price is here with some other delicious drink options to kickstart your day with the boost. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back with Today Food, and if you're looking to shake up that morning routine a bit, the first place to start could be that daily cup of coffee.
More people are now turning to alternative morning booster drinks to provide energy and maybe even some added health benefits. Here to walk us through a few of them, sommelier Vanessa Price, who unfortunately has no alcohol for us this morning. Usually when you're here, it's delicious wines and cocktails. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, though. How are you, Vanessa?
We're flexing part of the other beverage side of the world this morning.
So we each have a station.
Yes.
What is mine?
So your station is our matcha latte.
Okay.
So we're going to be starting off with, so basically the idea here is, what are some other ways that we can start our morning routine with a beverage that maybe isn't coffee?
Okay.
I love coffee, don't get me wrong, but if we're going to have some alternatives in the mix. So the first is going to be probably the most similar to coffee in that it also has caffeine, and that is a matcha latte. So matcha is actually made from this powdered matcha here that you can see.
Okay.
You just pour a little bit of warm water. You don't want it to be too warm. You use a matcha whisk. This is really important because it's actually
buy that matcha in that powder form like that?
Yeah. You can just buy it in that powder form like that. You wait until you've got a little bit of, do you see how it's like a little bit pasty there? Then once it's pasty, you're going to pour in a little bit more. Get it to a little bit more of like a liquid content, and this is where like we're actually going to be doing this for a good long bit if we were going to do it about a good 30 to 60 seconds.
Okay.
But once you've got that, you're just going to pour it over your milk. You could add maple syrup, you could add honey. Some people do sea salt, but this is going to be your finished result.
And are there any other health benefits to this?
There's a huge health benefit. So it's got caffeine, but it also has L-theanine.
Wow, it's delicious.
Yeah, so it's got a little bit more of an earthy flavor to it, but L-theanine, the important thing about that is
that's good.
It's actually a little bit calming, so it works against the jitteriness of caffeine. so it gives you that same sort of jolt and that energy.
It
but
lives
in a
somewhere
bit
between
smoother.
coffee and tea, it feels like. It's
Yes,
right
100%.
there in the middle.
It also has
But
more
it's sweet.
antioxidants than green tea does, which is pretty cool. So good health benefits. Oh, it also has, I like to call it vitamin cake, vitamin
A+ right here.
C-A-K-E.
Tell me
Vitamin
about
K.
this
Smell thing.
apple tea.
Yes.
This is going viral?
Yes, so this is going super viral on TikTok right now. This is apple tea. So the idea here is that you're actually just going to slice an apple.
Okay.
You're going to drop it into
Feels like maybe you could
simmering
just eat
water.
the apple, but
You could definitely eat the apple. That's actually what I recommend that you do at the end of it. So you're going to drop your apple in. You're going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. A lot of people do cinnamon sticks. They might do a little bit of freshly grated ginger. The point here is that when you do the simmering with the apple, you get a little bit of pectin, you get a little bit of antioxidants. It's a very sort of gentle start for the morning, because for some people that first hit of coffee can be a bit aggressive. So this is just sort of like an easy way to ease yourself in after sort of your break fast of the night of not eating or drinking and sort of waking
Good for
the system up
hydration,
again.
too, I would imagine.
Totally, but eating the apple after is like the whole, apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, I like that. Well, let's talk apple cider vinegar. I know
Yes.
this is on every TikTok. You got to drink a little of it.
Yes.
So what are we having in the morning?
So I gotta say, this is actually something that it cracks me up that this is really cool now, or sort of trending now. I remember when I was little, my grandmother used to take a shot of apple cider vinegar every morning.
Oh, she did?
I mean, this is like
Down the
old
hatch?
school, old school. Yeah. So the important thing here is you got to do it on an empty stomach, which makes it a little bit tougher. But you're gonna do a mixture of you put your apple cider vinegar in your water. Then you're gonna add lemon juice, usually about a tablespoon. Then you can add your honey. You can add maple syrup. One of the things that I recommend is using a local honey.
Okay.
Just because that is actually going to have the pollination from your local community, so it works as a little bit of like an immunotherapy if you have seasonal allergies, that sort of thing. Then you're going to add your cayenne. So cayenne is sort of like the capsaicin is sort of like what wakes everything up, gets it moving. It can be a little bit tough to drink for some people. I personally love it.
quite tart.
Yeah, it's quite tart.
Yeah.
But the health benefits are huge. Antioxidant boost, metabolism boost, sugar regulation. The list for apple cider vinegar sort of goes on and on and on and on. I
kind of like it.
pH balancing.
Yeah, it's got a zing to it.
Yeah. It's like a punishing in a good way, right? We
Yeah,
know it's going to be good for us.
A little shot of tequila.
So the golden milk.
Yes, the golden milk. Ooh, so this is one that I actually like to do in the morning, and I also like to do in the evening. So the key component here is turmeric.
Turmeric.
That's
Turmeric.
a color.
Yes. Turmeric deserves, much like apple cider vinegar, turmeric deserves to have that moment. So it's got something in it called curcumin. Curcumin is basically like the world's best anti-inflammatory. It's great for your joint health. It's great for your heart health. It's great for a number of different things. So for this, we did our turmeric powder. We did a little bit of cinnamon. Again, you can add your local honey. You can add a little bit of maple syrup. But the key component is you actually need to add a little bit of black pepper. The black pepper helps to wake up the turmeric and sort of kickstart it
That was
all.
Craig's nickname in high school.
I knew that was coming.
It's true.
Does it matter? Can you use dairy or plant-based milk?
You could use dairy, you could use plant-based, you could use whatever is your preference in terms of your milk base for it. But you
really
just
good.
want to get a little bit warm. You're going to pour all of your ingredients in. And then you can also, some people like to chill it overnight and then have it over ice in the morning.
That'd be great. Vanessa, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Vanessa.
My pleasure.
All right, we're back in a moment, but first, this is Today on NBC.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Like this was small.
We're back. How about celebrating some birthdays, Al?
I like the way you're talking, lady. Okay, we've got the Smucker's Jars ready to go, but this is the extra cute edition today. Because first up, we got happy first birthday to Colin Ebersol of Marlton, New Jersey, a social butterfly who loves calling his friends on his pretend phone, but they're real friends. Happy first birthday to Addison Calabretta Ginsburg of Lower Merion, Pennsylvania. Big fan of the letter B.
Okay.
Books, bottles, and ball. Vivian Willis of Lithonia, Georgia is one. She's a Georgia peach by birth, but her favorite fruit is actually strawberries. Happy first birthday to Corwin Vanavrier of Laverne, Tennessee. Loves to go to live sporting events with Dad. And then also turning one, we've got Jordan Bachansky of Broomall, Pennsylvania, the fastest crawler PA has ever seen. And a happy first birthday to Molly Gora of Prospect, Kentucky. She watches Today with her mama and waves hello to our Plaza fans. Happy birthday to all.
I love it when we do the 1 year old.
I did
Yeah.
too. I think one day there might be a kid who has won on a bottle, and then 100.
Oh,
That's right.
That'd be crazy.
We will all
Let
be
us know
long
how
gone.
that-
I was trying to say.
Or frozen heads. Still doing the show.
We'll ask Dylan how that goes.
There's more coming. Third hour's coming up. Suits star Patrick J. Adams and co-star Bo Garrett on their new Taylor Sheridan series. But first, your local news and weather.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.